Today you're going to get some specific tips on how to focus your attention when manifesting your goals. You ever feel like you're guilty of what I call squirrel distraction? Okay? I'm going to start out today with a little humor because we need to be able to focus our attention in order to manifest, but sometimes we get a little distracted. For example, how to manifest step 1. Squirrel! Focus. How to manifest step 1. Do this. Squirrel! Oh, God. Distracted again. So I absolutely understand how easy it is for any of us to lose our focus when it comes to concentrating on reading and studying and meditating and really trying to work toward connecting with and manifesting our goals. Okay, it all ties together. But we are easily distracted, most of us. How important is your focused attention, first of all? Let's take a look at what Neville said real quick, and then we're going to get into some specific tips and ideas for you that I know will help you be able to actually focus and pay attention and get the results you seek when it comes to manifesting. So Neville said the following concerning attention. He said, attention is forceful in proportion to the narrowness of its focus. That is, when it is obsessed with a single idea or sensation, it is steadied and powerfully focused only by such an adjustment of the mind as permits you to see only one thing. For you steady your attention and increase its power by confining it. So you really need to confine your attention to become narrowly focused, yes, even obsessed with the idea. But the thing is, we get distracted easily because of a jillion reasons, right? Whether it be our work, our family, the current moment in time, we simply get lost from what we're focusing on, and we end up maybe watching something on YouTube, or we get distracted by something going on in our world, but we lose track of the important steps that we're looking at when it comes to personal study, meditation, and getting results. So what are some tips? I want to particularly highlight some things we can do when it comes to actually reading and meditating, okay? Especially when it comes to reading. A lot of people are not able to continue to perhaps read a book without getting bored. Even though it's interesting to them, they get distracted, right? And they have a hard time continuing to read with pace and comprehension and understanding. How can we increase that? Well, one thing that I've done that may help you is we know that we can listen to books on Audible, and many of us prefer to do that. However, actually reading doubles our comprehension. So I would, if I were you, listen to the Audible and read the book or lecture or whatever it is you're studying and reading. Read it at the same time. Now this does several things. For one thing, it keeps you on pace, okay? Because when you're following along in the reading and listening at the same time, it forces you to stay up with the reader and for you to read at the same pace. So you don't get caught up of continually going back and rereading the same thing, because it forces you to read it all the way through. Okay? So while you're reading, look up the Audible and listen to the Audible version at the same time. Another thing that can help you maintain your focus when reading is to have a pen and highlighter out and treat your book like something that you are really seeking to get the highlights of the points that you'll be able to utilize later. So when you come across something important, highlight it, even circle it, and even make notes in the margins. Okay? This will help you stay focused. One thing you can do also is to make sure that you do your reading and study at a time of the day when you're most alert. For most of us, that's morning. Okay? So you can get up perhaps an hour earlier and build a routine. Maybe you're having your coffee, your tea, but this is when your minds are the freshest in most cases, is in the morning. Okay? You've had your coffee, you had your tea, and it's peaceful, it's quiet. These are the times that you can actually read and absorb without distraction before perhaps going to work, carrying on with whatever household duties, whatever duties you have with your children and your family that morning. Start your day while the house is quiet, peaceful, and you can focus and really take in that information while your mind is fresh. Another thing that's going to help you is before you even start reading, right? Just like with your meditations, you want to go into it with a goal in mind. What is the purpose of your reading? Is it to improve yourself, number one? Is it to help someone else? Is it to teach it, or is it simply to apply it in your life? So before you go into your reading, say to yourself that I am reading this because. All right, so in my case, before I start reading, I ask really in a prayer that this information will help me improve my life, and in sharing this information with others to help them in their lives. Okay, so those are my goals. So have a goal. Yours might be with practicality as far as applying it to your line of work, to your occupation, or your particular goal. But have that in mind before you start reading, because having a goal in mind, having a purpose in studying reading will help you stay with it and stay focused and pay attention. Another thing you can do to avoid distraction and to keep on track is don't read for lengthy periods of times unless you're that type of person. So for many people, they can only read for 15, 20 minutes, maybe a half an hour before their mind starts to drift. So perhaps you can take the material and break it down into 5 or 10 pages at a time. Read your 5 or 10 pages, and at the end of that reading, take a notebook and write down the key points from those 10 pages. Then when you go back and reread it or restudy it, see if the 10 points that you wrote down are actually the 10 key points, or rather the key points from those 10 pages or not. Okay? So reread it, go back, and see if you were spot on with what you comprehended and got out of the reading. Well, here's an unusual tip for many of you, and that is consider taking a speed reading course. A speed reading course you can take either online or in person. I've done it both ways. Back in college days, I took a speed reading course, and I benefited tremendously from it. I also have books on speed reading, actually how to become a better speed reader. And the reason why is not so much that I want to get through tons of material, although that's part of the reason. The other reason is that it increases your comprehension. You learn how to read more quickly at a better pace, which helps you stay alert. And you learn to comprehend even at that faster pace of reading. This allows you to consume more great information and get through more books and more information that you feel that you want and need. For example, with Neville Goddard and his teachings, he has 11 books and hundreds of lectures. I read through 5 of his lectures, 3 to 5 of his lectures every day until I read 300 of his lectures. And it was a marvelous experience. In fact, I'm going to go back and I'm going to go through and do it again. But how did I do that in only a 3-month period? The way that I did that was I kept on pace by having the ability to read at a faster pace and comprehend at a deeper level in a faster manner. So you can do that by taking a speed reading course. The other thing is you have to pick a subject. It has to be something that you want to see accomplished in your life. For example, if it's a goal, it has to be something that you truly have a passion for. If you have a passion for it, you're more likely to stay on focus, keep your attention, and stay on track. Okay, so make sure your goal, your area of desire, your goal, is something you truly want. Okay, this will help you stay focused and help you maintain your attention. Keep it spiced up by switching things up between audibles, actual book reading, lectures online perhaps, YouTube videos. Switching these things up will keep your interest flowing on any particular subject. And there's so much you can find online and in actual books, reading, and study that can help you keep yourself fresh and focused and avoiding the distracted squirrel mind, right? The wandering mind, and keep you focused on your goals and achieving your dreams.